Flowers? In green caverns that suspiciously resemble the sewers of Stonekeep? And what's with that music? What is going on here? Guess I'll just pick these flowers.
Hi there! This is your body,
Dude.
and this is your body in the Faerie Realm! Any questions?
So, yeah, welcome to the Faerie Realm. One of the strangest and most confusing levels in the whole of Stonekeep. Just finding it was tricky enough. Let's see if we can get out of it again.
Welcome to the realm of Faerie! It's a pleasure to see you! Good to see you, good to see you. How are you?
Go home.
Now then, I have a very important question for you. Do you have your fairy handbook yet? No. Good, because you don't need one. Got you there. What you do need are performances from the fairy players. And that's us. I'm Chuckle, this is Giggle, that's Snort the fairy. That's my name, not a suggestion. And that's Winkle, Minkle, and, oh yes, Murph.
Don't make me angry, dog tick. You're not gonna like me when I'm angry. I don't think much of you now.
Murph? Oh, Murph!
Sorry.
Yes. Now then, the fairy players perform all over the Faerie Realm, so look for us around a fairy corner from you.
Pooh-head.
Hello, hi. If you haven't figured it out yet, we tack fairy onto just about everything. Fairy songs, fairy hats, fairy creatures, fairy unseen court. You'll get the idea.
Yes, and now we bid you adieu. By the way, did I mention compensation?
A stipend, if you will.
The big payoff.
Oh, recompense.
Cash and prizes.
Murph?
Sorry. Pay for play.
That means you got to give us something. Spunky.
And now, off to prepare our play. Away! Away!
Let's just beat it! Can I just fall on my axe now?
Ah, the fairy players. We're gonna be seeing a lot more of them around this place. So get used to it.
Do you like my dress? I'm not a cutie, I'm a fairy!
I think I'm going to be sick.
I'd look better if I had my daisy chain. Oh, I think Giggle with it. He's a little pooh-head. Would you find my daisy chain, please?
Alright.
You're cute!
I think the only fetch quest we've had so far is finding the magic flint for Sardin Blackrock. The Faerie Realm has a whole bunch of fetch quests, so pick up everything you find.
If the play is the thing, is the thing the play?
Well, I know I can play with a...
Murph!
Sorry.
The real answer, my friends, is on its way.
Not sing or play. What matters is pay.
Well, clearly they want to get paid, so let's see what they'll take for payment. Maybe some of my useless coins?
Tempting, but not quite what I had in mind.
Alright, well I still have a shitload of gemstones that aren't going anywhere.
We don't want none of that stuff, Dizzy!
Alright.
Hey, Pally! Fork over the goods, I'll go play with the trolls, alright?
You should know about trolls.
Hey, is that a crack? Just because I have a condition?
Let's get back to the issue, shall we? Compensation?
Alright, no gems, no coins. Maybe you'll take one of my orbs.
Oh, no. Why don't you hang on to that?
Alright, enough playing around. There's a couple of useless items that they'll take as payment for one of their performances. Like, for instance, the flowers.
Ooh, a special request for the big poo head story, Okay, Binkle.
Here we go! How come, cool come, as told by me, the Bink Master. But you knew that going in. Here we go.
How come, cool come, how come? Tell us why you turned into a nut. Tell us why we just don't kick your butt. How come, cool come, how come? Yeah, cool come, how come? How come, cool come, how come? Long ago you were real nice, now you got a heart of ice. How come, cool come, how come? Yeah, cool come, how come? How come, cool come, how come? Devastation gave your rule a rise, but the world is not your booby prize. How come, cool come, how come? Yes, cool come, how come? How come, cool come, how come? Are we safe until the end? Remember times when you was our friend. How come, cool come, how come?
Your common sense is now unknown.
Your heads are roots and the birds have flown.
You have the brains of a backward stone.
Your in will come and you will move.
Your birthday gift is sure head blown.
Way to go, Murph.
Thanks.
Yeah, cool come this come. How come, cool come, how come?
Repeats of this performance are possible. Thank you and good night.
Well, that was informative. Let's just keep walking around these maze-like corridors. Hey, what's this? An empty decanter. Like I said, no matter how useless the item looks, just pick it up, because in the Faerie Realm it's likely to have some sort of use. Let's roll back a bit to that first crossroads I found. There's really no need to pick up more than one or two of each flower. But I do it anyway so I know where I've been. These are rowan berries, which are one of the only completely useless items you find on this level. The only thing you can do with them is eat them in order to get drunk. And a chain of flowers. Well, that female fairy asked for a daisy chain. Maybe this is it. First I'll head south a bit here though, because she won't reappear in the same spot unless some time has passed. The Faerie Realm is pretty hard to navigate the first time you go through it, and the second time and the third time. Especially because this background tile set isn't exactly easy on the eyes. Oh, here we have a little crop of mushrooms, some green ones, some yellow ones, and a book, which Drake can't read, but of course, let's bring it along. Surely someone is looking for it. Alright, let's head back to that female fairy and see if this is the daisy chain she was missing.
You found it! Oh, thank you! Oh, you're really cute!
Yeah, don't I know it. Here you go.
What, were you born in a cave? These are primroses. You know what they say? Roses down and twice around. I'll never find my daisy chain.
Roses down and twice around, huh? Well, alright, daisies aren't blue, but neither are these primroses, so I don't really understand what I just gave her. Well, guess I didn't find the right one, so I'll continue on. Well, no need to pick all these flowers. In this little alcove there is something of interest.
Why is brownie moth is it green?
Because it was named after brownies.
Are brownies brown?
Well, actually,
Why not name brownies greenies? They're moss green.
that's not... something for you to think about, I guess.
I have a perfect answer to his questions, Drake. Okay, Scuzz have all answer he needs, thank you.
Yeah, some sticky moss. I'll just put this with my empty decanters and flowers. Maybe it'll come in handy. Oh, and if you suffer from motion sickness, look away now. Yeah, that central square I just stepped into is a spinner square. When you step into it, you spin around a couple of times and you get propelled into the next corridor, clockwise. If you step into it backwards, then you end up in the counterclockwise arm of the crossroads. Kind of annoying, but you learn to deal with it.
Hi, I'm Giggle, but you guys knew that. Okay, hey, did something happen here? Well, funny things go on since the Shadow King did his thing. Whoa, hey, I rhymed. Now, I love a good poem as much as the next fairy, but you know what? I lost my poem book. Oh, sadness. Hey, big idea, I know. How about you find it for me, and I'll give you something you need to see the Queen. And you'll need to see the Queen, know that. Gimme, go.
Well, I did find a book. Couldn't read it, but maybe...
I take back nearly all the bad things I said behind your back. Here, you'll figure out where to stick this, buddy. Oh yeah. Maybe it's unseen because it needs some flowers. See ya.
Here we have a key, and then this might need a little extra explanation. The first group of fairies that I encountered talked about a very unseen court. So this very unseen court might need some flowers to be seen. And the fairy I gave the daisy chain to said roses down and twice around. We're gonna be putting all of that together.
Oh, I heard you released my friend the dragon. Sweets for the sweet.
Oh, how nice, and I didn't have to do anything extra for it. We get a little fairy cake here, which you can eat in order to gain some lost health. But I'm gonna hang on to it for now. Till I get the munchies. Really, don't even try to keep track of where I'm going. I've tried to figure out the quickest route that lets me show off all of the Faerie Realm without having to hang around here for too long, which is still pretty long. But it's going to be the most efficient way to record this video.
Oh, you must be kidding. I heard the Chosen one had shown up. That can't be you.
That remains to be seen, I guess.
You know, I think I must like this one.
Well, I think the old sign
Whoa.
will bunk anyway, but no skin off my nose if you try. Tell you what, you bring me a fairy cake and I'll give you what you need to see the Queen.
Try to ignore that.
That's very generous of you.
Not my idea.
I'm Drake, by the way. May I have your name?
Surely, one joke and you'll see I got the name, okay?
Yes, ma'am?
Well, don't you stand there. You want to get on with this or not? Hand it over.
The female fairy animations have a tendency to kind of bug out like this.
Don't just take the cake. Ha! Ha ha! Hey, have I given you what you need yet?
No, actually.
Then you might consider laughing at my jokes, huh? I don't never really high hopes for you, pal.
Alright, and we get a second key after a gold one and a silver one.
This will help you see the queen.
So I guess I need 2 keys in order to be able to see the queen. Incidentally, that little glitch that happened where her animations got all weird is actually pretty interesting because it cycles through some animations that are not actually used in the game. So I'll post those in the thread so you can have a better look at them. What have we here? Some more flowers I already know. And another chain of flowers. This might very well be the correct daisy chain. We also find some wild thyme, which I'm gonna put along with my sticky moss and decanter for some reason. Yeah, Karzak doesn't really like the Faerie Realm. In fact, he hates it. And he gradually gets weaker the longer he stays here. You don't actually see it in his stats, but yeah. Luckily, in this same level, there is an area that counters this effect, where he will actually get to do some battle. But in the meantime, he keeps complaining. Anyway, I use my 2 keys to get past his fence of spears, and into the court of the Faerie Realm. Over here, there's some strange shadowy barrier that prevents me from continuing. I'll have to find some way of opening that. So remember the clue, roses down and twice around. I put a rose there, and I make 2 circles around the central area. And yes, you really do have to make 2 complete circles or this won't work. Here we are, it's open, and I can pick up another fairy cake. Alright, let's meet the Queen of the Fairies.
I am Iaini, Queen of the Fae. Please sit a while and enjoy some refreshments, for you may rest safely in my court. But it is unsafe elsewhere. Beware the trolls, for they are a corruption of everything fairy and good. Without preparation, they can be deadly foes. Since they are still fairy, even tainted, I cannot act against them directly. I have used my magic to watch your progress. You have traveled a great distance, but many tasks await you before your battle with Kulkum will be over. This started long ago, when the human world was divided into 2 great lands, Atlantis and Eve. The rulers of these realms despised and mistrusted each other, and there were many conflicts. There might have been war and suffering among your kind, but there was balance as well. Then one day, a mysterious figure appeared before the rulers of Eve, and offered magic potent enough to destroy their enemies. He did not lie, but he did not tell the truth. Ys cast the mighty ritual, and Atlantis used their most powerful counter-magics. But all was lost. Atlantis was destroyed, but as planned by Kulkum, the backlash caused a cataclysm that nearly destroyed the world. This was the devastation. All the races were affected, not just you young humans. In defending my children, my powers are taxed to this day. I must rest for a while. Return if you will hear more of your adversary.
So about 90% of the plot development actually happens in the Faerie Realm, thanks to Queen Iaini's stories. This, by the way, is a device that instantly recharges all the rune staffs in your inventory. I'll use it later when I need it. All of this plot development is actually the reason why this is one of my favorite levels in Stonekeep, to be honest. I know that a lot of Stonekeep players don't really like it because of how complicated it is and because of all the fetch quests and the singing. But I can't help it, I'm just a sucker for a good story. In this little alcove we find some flowers, as usual, and also a jester's cap. Well, that's a little weird. Oh well, when in Rome, Just put my nice helmet in my inventory for now. Oh, something on the ground here. It's another iron nail, like the one I found at a dwarven fortress. I wonder what that's doing here.
Hi, I'm Winkle. You'll like it here, even though it's not as nice as before.
He who casts shadows.
Sunk Lady Iaini's beautiful realm below the earth. If I could only find...
The last tome of the Elves.
Maybe I could, make a difference. I'd be ever so grateful if you found it.
Alright. Oh, how nice. Well, I'll be on the lookout for another book then.
I'm Snort, and welcome to my brewery. If you've got the time and the moss and the bottle, get a snort here. Well, don't just stand there.
Well, I do have all those things.
Hand it over and stand back.
So let's give him some time, some moss, and an empty bottle. I could use the drink.
One for you and one for me. Good stuff.
Oh. Well, there we have it. Actually, I'm not so sure if drinking this is a good idea. Let's just put it in the old inventory and continue on.
I think that poo-head Giggle hit my drum. He's as bad about drums as trolls are about bells.
Okay, so I also have to find a drum. If you'll notice, this is again Winkle the fairy, the same one that just asked me for the book. But you can only turn in each quest in the place where you got them.
Hi. No luck finding?
The last tome of the Elves.
Oh, well, I hope it's not with the trolls. In case you go over there, here's something that might help.
And he has something for us. Another iron nail.
If you drive this in the ground, it will keep most trolls at bay. See ya.
This is sort of a thing from fairy myths and legends, I think. That they're not able to touch or cross cold iron, something like that. Well, before I continue on, I'm just gonna stop by Queen Iaini again and see if she has another nice story to tell to me.
Tell me what you know of Kulkum's role in the devastation.
I know little, my lady. Only that the gods were captured by the Shadow King, and he rose to take power.
That much is true, though there is much more to be learned. Kulkum did not challenge the immortals. He betrayed them and used the power from the deaths of their own followers to entrap them in the orbs you are carrying. While the other weakened immortals fought a hopeless battle against Kulkum during the moments of the devastation, Thera damaged one of her own temples, a source of her magic power. She hid some of her powers away, and cast a spell that made it impossible for Kulkum to recover the trapped immortals. This left her with a small measure of freedom. Since then, Thera has worked for the return of the orbs to her temple. Now I must rest. I will return soon.
So that's pretty much the entire plot laid out in one story. Took the game quite a while to get here, though. Oh well. Well, I don't want to torture Karzak. I think it's time we start heading for the troll area, which is where we'll get to do some battle once again. Take another ride on the spinner, and end up in the southern arm of the map. Continuing on past the point where I gave Giggle the poem book.
Hello, I'm Chuckle. You know, being the head of the fairy players is thirsty work. How about I bribe you to find me some refreshment? Bring me some of Snort's brew, and I'll give you something to help against trolls. Wait, you have some!
Yes, what a coincidence. Alright, have at it, you drunkie.
Whoa! Yes, thank you! This will help, but you know, you're really going to need a four-leaf clover just to see those trolls. Gotta run. See ya!
It's pretty difficult to keep track of all these MacGuffins. Now I have to find a four-leaf clover in order to see trolls. Oh, another jester cap. Well, I hate to do this to you, Karzak, but we do have to fit in. Nothing else in these giant mushrooms. So let's just return to the corridor and proceed further south. No.
If the play is the thing, is the thing the play?
Well, I know I can play with a...
Murph!
Sorry.
The real answer, my friends, is on its way.
Not sing or play. What matters is pay.
Well, Queen Iaini mentioned the trolls in her first story, and we're heading into their territory, so why not have a song about the trolls?
A performance by Chuckle the Fairy and the Fairy Players! Thank you, thank you. Company, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready, baby.
Ready?
You're late.
Sorry.
Now then, the performance is entitled, For Whom the Bells Troll. For whom the bells troll, they troll for you.
They troll for you.
You're late.
Sorry.
Want to try it again?
No.
Well, that concludes another performance. Shows twice nightly. You don't need reservations with us. If you're drinking, please don't drive. Don't forget to tip the waitress as they had to pay to get in here too. Good night.
You see, what you need is a really good hat. See ya!
The bells! The bells!
Hey, did you get it? It's a clue, baby. Pay attention. They hate the bells. See ya. Good to know ya.
Alright. So trolls hate bells. Maybe the fact that Karzak and I are wearing hats that have bells on them right now is beneficial. Yeah, I know, figuring that out on your own is kind of ridiculous. Some more rowan berries. Oh, hello. What's this?
Troll bridge. Pay, troll.
I am not a troll. I'm a fairy being, all right?
Yeah, now.
Hey, scumbuzzard, you making fun of me or what? Don't make me angry. You're gonna pay.
Don't make me laugh, baby.
Laugh? Why, I ought to grab your neck.
Excuse me, what's the troll? Toll?
Beat it! I'm trying to decapitate this munchkin, all right? Get out of here. Go on through. Here's a token. Go.
Yeah, hey, you were supposed to take care of that squeak, big fella.
Me? What are you doing, sniffing paint? You were supposed to take care of that.
Was not.
Was to.
Was not.
Was to.
Was not.
Was to.
There's a lot of implication that the fairy on the right, Winkle, used to be a troll. Well, at least Karzak is enjoying himself, and the music changes to a much more sinister track. Hey, there's a book.
I can't read it.
Once again, I can't read it, but I did have another fairy who was looking for a book.
My name is Lament. I am cursed to tell two tragic tales of turmoil. Then I may travel. If you would like to listen to my ever so sad lament, please linger, else leave. The undead land through an ancient gate. Spirits walk that place. A realm created through bitter hate. Behind an empty face. The spirits seek their final rest. Magic is the key. Beware of what your senses test. Your eyes can never see. The kiss of a bow or touch of a blade will harm these spirits none. Believe your soul, and you shall live until your task is done. You know, I'm tired of this curse. One story's enough. And this name, no way, gotta go. I think I should have a pretty name, don't you? What do you think about Kiss the Fairy? No, you're right. People might get ideas like dwarves. Ick!
Is right, lady.
You're just a poo head. Oh, I got it! Baby, it's perfect! No, wait, it's not. How about Cutie? No. Blinky? Maybe not.
How about leaving?
How about you're a poo head? Perfect! It's... No, that's no good at all. I got it! I'm Sparkle! You like my name? I think it's a good one. Can I come with you? Can I, please?
Of course you may journey with us.
Oh boy, now we have a fairy companion. But don't complain, Sparkle is actually a really awesome companion. Let's have a look at her journal entry. She's fast, she floats, so she never takes fall damage, she can use magic, and Tea Party. Ah. Sparkle fights by firing energy bolts, but she also has the ability to cast a few other spells, which she will sometimes do at random. For instance, any wounded party members will sometimes get healed by her, and she will periodically cast armor spells on your party. So much as you might be annoyed by her voice, she is actually very valuable. Like I mentioned, in the Faerie Realm itself, Karzak becomes gradually weaker. It's got to do with his attack power or something. This is something I know from reading the strategy guide, and it's not really explained in detail. In any case, stepping into the troll area starts countering this effect. Oh, what have we here? Ooh, it's a purple fairy wasp. And these spells don't seem to be doing much to it, so let's just take it to the melee. When you're at a distance, these things will shoot firebolts at you. Up close they're hard to hit, but they're a lot less dangerous. Come on. Really, it's just a matter of swinging and hoping for the best. My companions aren't having much luck either. Oh, nice one, Scuzz. There we go. And at the end here we find some more sticky moss, which isn't really useful anymore now. We don't really need any more of Snort's brew. It's a dead end though, so let's turn around. Ooh. Ooh. Thing did actually quite a lot of damage on it. Can be a little tedious to wait for it to fly into the center so you can hit it. Oh! But it's a lot smarter than just swinging wildly. As you can see, this works pretty well. Now the corridors are freakishly quiet. Hey, what have we here? A stick of charcoal. I'll just put that in the old inventory. And some St. John's wort, or St. John's wort, I'm not sure. This is a moss that you can eat in order to instantly heal yourself to full health and get rid of any poison or weakness effects. And what's that sound I hear? Ah, God! Oh, shit! I'm being hit by something invisible. Yeah, we've got to get the hell out of here. Like Chuckle said, trolls are invisible until you have a 4-leaf clover. And if you don't, well, you can't even hit them. But they can hit you, and they hit hard. And at the top here, Scuzz just received a bit of healing from Sparkle. Thanks. Well, let's step back into safe territories. I'll have to find that 4-leaf clover before I can go back in here. Oh.
Oh, I'm Murph. People call me Murph, but you knew that.
What do you want? Can we help you?
I am offering a one-time deal. I will train you how to fight better. Go ahead. Try to hit me.
Now he's talking.
I won't stay long. Practice while you can. I don't have to do this again.
I'm always up for some free weapons training. Let's see, what weapons would be nice to have some extra points in? I'll take one for dagger. And one for the hammer. Much like with the glory stone, the first 2 times you hit Murph with a weapon, you get an extra point for that.
I may talk slow, but I move. Fast.
Poor Murph. So retarded. Well, that's really enough.
Yippee. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I'm done. See ya.
Right. And so we get an extra point for hammer and dagger. This brings up a somewhat interesting point. In the Dwarven Fortress, of course, attacking the dwarves would lead to instant battle. Well, in the Faerie Realm, all the fairies are technically invulnerable. You can try to attack them, but they don't really seem to mind. But that's stuff for bonus videos.
If the play is the thing the play?
Well, I know I can play with a...
Murph!
Sorry.
The real answer, my friends, is on its way.
Not thing or play. What matters is pay.
Alright. Let's try to make this a quick one. Oh.
You sure about this?
What do you mean?
Ooh, we love this story, we do. Murph, get on up here. Murph. Murph!
Sorry. I was out. I'd rather be a dwarf by Murph. But of course you knew that.
Are you ready?
Ready?
If you could be the king, wouldn't that be a dandy thing?
I'd rather be a dwarf.
A hero, great and tall. Vanquish foes, one and all.
I'd rather be a dwarf.
The wisest man in all the land, who holds all knowledge in his hand.
I'd rather be a dwarf.
A poet, artist, or a sage. A singer or a mighty mage.
I'd rather be a dwarf.
A tinker, tailor, soldier, thief, a slug, a worm, an ugly leech.
I'd rather be a dwarf.
A pile of rocks, a lock of hair that lives beneath a rocking chair. A broken twig, a hairy gnat, the guano of a worm-sick bat.
Murph.
No, I'd rather be a dwarf. But I am pretty stupid. I guess I am a dwarf.
Alright, I'm honestly sorry you had to sit through that, Karzak. Nothing in this huge mushroom. We're kinda going full circle through the Faerie Realm here. It's an empty piece of parchment. That might go nice with my piece of charcoal. Not that I can write on it myself, but that's what I have the journal for. And as we head north again, we reach the very first set of crossroads. Which means we're close to Sweetie the Fairy again, who wants her daisy chain.
You found it! Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! Oh, you're really cute!
Alright, now, don't throw it in my face this time, please.
Oh, thank you so much! For a reward, would you like a kiss or a prize? Hold out your hand if it's the prize.
Well, prizes are nice and all, but I could really go for a kiss. I mean, I've been hanging around these little bearded men all this time.
You want a kiss? Look, I'm a fairy. Who'd want to kiss a man?
I'm crushed. But I'll take this 4-leaf clover to dry my tears with. So let's stick that in the old inventory. Now we can see trolls. And we can hurt them.
If the play is the thing, is the thing the play?
Well, I know I can play with a...
Murph!
Sorry.
The real answer, my friends, is on its way.
Not thing or play. What matters is pay.
Well, I could use the St. John's wort on myself to heal, but I've got plenty of stuff for that, so let's see if they might sing me a song for that.
It's time for a sad tale. And who better to tell it than a sad excuse? Snort?
Oh, and you're so great.
It's just an intro, Snort. Don't take it personally. It's not like I called you a dwarf or anything. Just let me do one click. It doesn't matter which one. You see, dwarves take things personally. Well, of course we knew you already knew this. But it's still a good story, and Snort is such a ham.
The story of Lament is true. A cursed female fairy who tells tales where evil trolls must tell brave heroes stories. Before released from evil, the King of Shadows, he's up. She sees the place where things go and knows what saves the likes of you. The tale is done. We thank you.
Toe.
Murph.
Sorry.
Scumbuzzard.
Well, that wasn't all that enlightening. Let's continue on. There's 4 spots in the Faerie Realm where the fairy players appear. Quite a lot of them, so you're likely to run into them a couple of times during your playthrough. There's more wild thyme that I don't really need, because I won't be making any more Snort's brew. At least not until the bonus video. Same for this empty decanter. Oh.
They said...
I just gotta kill him. That's all. No one would notice. He wouldn't even scream until after he's dead.
that I should give you this. They were laughing a lot. I don't get it.
I must admit, encounters like this are probably 50% of why I like the Faerie Realm so much.
This moon is from a very, very, very Murphy fairy. I still don't get it.
Neither do I think. So we get a mysterious new fairy rune. Guess I'll just inscribe it and see if I can use it on some trolls. Figure out what it does. Hey, we have some interesting things over here. Another fairy cake. Delicious. And a little fiddle. Ah, get some lessons, Drake.
I'm looking for my fiddle. Hey, have you seen it? I'll tell you what, I'll drop my drawers to get my fiddle back. If you happen to go over into the troll area to look, watch out for that nasty one in the west. Ooh, that's foul. You've got my fiddle. It's a love thing. Cha-ching. I'll trade you for it.
Well, I'm not doing anything with it, so here you go.
Gotta love it. Whoa! I told you I'd drop my drawers for it. Thanks.
Drop your drawers. I don't want any sexual favors from a fairy. Well, aside from the one that wanted to kiss me. So I get some red and green pants from him. Normally I'd never put on a stranger's pair of pants, but I'm feeling wacky today. I have another item to turn in around here.
Oh, you've got it. You have...
The last tome of the Elves.
Can I have it?
Here you go, little buddy. Knock yourself out.
I have the book. Wait a second, I have something for you.
There, always practice safe spells.
I have the book.
Wait a second. I'm not sure if this is a bug or something, but he doesn't actually give you anything other than that cryptic hint. Either that's the joke, or he was supposed to give you a rune. I'm not sure. So that was pretty pointless. While I'm in the area, I'll stop by Queen Iaini again. Not just because she has another story for me, but also because she heals your entire party every time you talk to her.
Well, I see you have both charcoal and parchment. How about letting me have a go?
Sure, buddy. Enjoy.
Not bad, eh? A great portrait of the Queen, if I do say so. And I do. Maybe you should take it to the Queen for her opinion,
Oh, alright. Oh, he even framed it. That was nice.
Oh, it's been a while since I've drawn. Thanks.
Oh, and he dropped something. A sleeveless red and green shirt. Well, it sure completes the outfit. Now I look like a complete moron. Hope the Queen doesn't find it inappropriate.
My fairies say you have an offering to me. May I see it?
Here you go, lady.
This is very beautiful. Thank you. Please accept this gift in return.
And she gives me a luckstone ring. Might as well put that on, I still have a free finger.
There is another who you should be aware of. Wahuka is not from this world, and he is shadowed from my magics. I fear that he is something primal. Perhaps more dangerous than Cool Coom. Wahuka's involvement might be nothing more than a trick.
He did all of this as a prank? I find that hard to believe, Lady Iaini.
For whatever purpose, only he could tell you for certain. I believe there is more to him than he wants you to see. If you succeed in your quest, then all we know will change, and he might want that. Leave me for a while, but return.
Well, that was quite an interesting story, really. I'll just have a quick recharge of my rune stats. And my party is healed all the way. So I'm feeling pretty much up to another encounter with the trolls. Let's head back towards Troll Country and see what those ugly things actually look like. Back into the Sow Farm. Like I said, I've tried to figure out the most efficient route to do everything in the Faerie Realm in one go. Which includes all the fairy songs, of course.
If the play is the thing, is the thing the play?
Well, I know I can play with a...
Murph!
Sorry.
The real answer, my friends, is on its way.
Not sing or play. What matters is pay.
Yeah, that joke just gets funnier every time. Well, we've just had a bit of a story about Wahuka. So let's say we have a song about him next.
Ah, you want that story, hmm? Winkle, get ready.
What? No rehearsal? The Song of Wahuka, told by Winkle the Fairy with help from, of course, the fairy players.
Careful, George, I got glove guns. Roll!
Who is Wahuka, mysterious stranger, savior, conspirator, cause of
Danger stronger than even the gods, say some.
Others say he's just a bum. Excuse me, I'm sorry, baby.
Lost Fairy of Atlantis may he be, king of goblins under the sea. Pot frog shaman of the Tower of Eves saw the devastation.
please.
Greedy little long-lost child loves his gems and magic wild. But is what he likes to say.
Tricks are what he likes to play.
A force primal,
making lines hard to rhyme.
When all is finally done and said,
he's really just a big coolhead.
I'll tell you who he is. He's got foul body odor.
This performance of the fairy players may be repeated with the proper motivation. That means you pay us again, Sparky.
That is my favorite song. Of all time. Well, I'm feeling quite pumped up. Let's go back into the place where Karzak enjoys himself the most. Things go quiet once again. I'll head into this arm next. Oh, and right here we have the trolls. So I'll put down my iron nails so they can't actually enter into this square. Good lord, they're ugly. So it's kind of hard to tell what the Murph rune does. It's actually a slowing effect. Ooh. They are ugly and they do a lot of damage. The thing is that because I'm wearing all this ridiculous clothing, they can't really hurt me much. All of this Jester's clothing combined with the Luckstone ring provide me with almost complete armor against troll attacks. Well, magic isn't doing much. Wow, this is a big one. Come on, die! Oh, and he dropped something interesting. Yeah, this big troll was the boss of the area, actually. And this is Yovsugov's orb. Like several of the orbs, it has 2 charges, which only recharge when you step into a new map, and using it causes all the rune staffs in your inventory to instantly recharge. That's pretty useful in a pinch. In 2 places in the troll area there are these gas traps. They don't actually poison you, but they temporarily immobilize you, which is pretty annoying. Luckily, using a spoil spell rune in front of you causes it to stop. In this little alcove we find a necklace with a horseshoe medallion, and putting this on completes the troll-proof armor. Now, no troll can harm me. Of course, my companions aren't quite that lucky, but you know how it goes. Oh, I hear the pitter-patter of troll feet. This blue thing here is a will-o'-the-wisp. Not the same as a fairy, because it doesn't actually transform into anything else, but it is quite harmless. The only annoying thing is that they like hanging around in your face. Ooh, it's an elf staff. It's a new rune staff which has 60 charges and space for 5 different runes. Well, I'm gonna put it in my inventory for now because it would take quite a while to inscribe all those runes. But this sure as hell makes me quite a lot more powerful. You have to try not to attack these will-o'-the-wisps, because if you do, they do turn hostile. Good. Oh, and over here we have a will-o'-the-wisp that is already angry and has turned red. And now I accidentally hit the other will-o'-the-wisp and he damaged me quite severely. So let's get some healing done first, before we make quick work of these little things. Alright, got a red mushroom to build up my strength. There we go. Some more beneficial mushrooms. And for some reason, a squashed fire flower, which is the only one you find on this level.
Interesting.
A mysterious rune without any explanation. Well, might as well see what it does. I'll grab my nifty new elf staff and inscribe it. It's another fairy rune, of course, or Fae rune, and it has a built-in area effect. Ooh, it's an invisibility rune. Not actually quite that useful, because it tends to screw with some of the friendly encounters as well, meaning that friendly characters won't actually be able to see you. So, I'm just gonna drop that spell. Though in some later encounters it will allow you to stealthily creep up on an enemy. Just a little bit more of this area to explore. There should be a couple more trolls pattering around. Oh, there's one right now. Quickly grab my iron nails. Though I think it's not going to have much effect in this case. Nah, he just walks right through it. Great. And there's another one behind me. Ooh. Have some slow spell. Well, I think they're trapped in here with me now. Oh, and they... Well, they knocked out Scuzz. Poor guy. I'll just leave him like that. Maybe Sparkle will heal him. I think that takes care of all the trolls in this area. Here's another one of those gas traps. Let's escape from that. Hey, what's that on the ground? It's a little drum. Yeah, and I happen to know someone who's looking for that. Oh, there's the last of the trolls. Thought I was rid of them already. Trolls are highly buggy because, as you can see, this one just seems to be stuck here. Either that or he wasn't actually seeing me. Oh, and he teleported beyond the iron spike. Sure, it's not like that's supposed to prevent him from doing that. This makes troll encounters pretty frustrating because they run away from you, they teleport around. It's hard to keep track of where they actually are. Let's take care of this annoying alert mushroom. Come on. I'm just lucky I didn't have this encounter with all of the trolls because that can happen. They are not particularly they're not particularly courageous. Come on, you pussy. Take care of him, Sparkle. Finally, there goes the last of the trolls. And I forgot where I put the third spike here, but since they've now all served their purpose, there's no point in looking around for it. I'm done. I'm done with the troll area. There's just a couple of last things to take care of in the rest of the Faerie Realm. Just a couple of fetch quests to round up. I have at least one more story from Queen Iaini. And I'm sorry to say, at least 2 more performances by the fairy players, though one of them can't really be called a performance. So, steel yourself, we got a few more minutes of fairiness to endure, and then we're done with the Faerie Realm altogether. The Faerie Realm is actually the very last level that me and my brother discovered. This is because it's quite possible to completely miss the entrance to the Faerie Realm and just continue on through the rest of the levels. You only realize you're missing something when you're nearly at the end of the game and someone tells you you're missing one of the orbs. We didn't find this level until I actually bought a strategy guide. That's probably another reason why I like this level so much. Because after we played the rest of the game to death, there was still something new to discover.
To begin. But first, a message from our patron. That's you, Bunky.
Well, this time I have a mushroom for them. Could be any mushroom, either green, yellow, or red.
We're a bit much, aren't we? I mean, don't you just want to squish us sometimes?
All the time, actually.
Exactly! So, we all decided that since you were such a good patron of our arts, we'd give you this.
And then we can be patronizing.
Alright. Thanks. I think. Let's see what they gave me.
This is a very powerful fairy rune of great magic, only given to close fairy friends.
I have a feeling that might be sarcastic. I'm a little scared, but maybe we'd better try out that rune while we're still in the Faerie Realm. Okay, brace yourself. What? It's a rune that quacks. They gave me a rune that quacks. Fairy humor. Well, let's go give Winkle his drum. think the Faerie Realm might have been appreciated a little bit more if it wasn't so confusing to navigate. I guess you really have to like this sense of humor in order to enjoy it.
Oh, you have my drum. Can I have it, please? Thank you. Maybe Winkle and I can start the fiddle and drum corps again.
And what does he give me as a reward? A third jester cap. Don't really need that anymore, good buddy, but I'll give it to Scuzz anyway, so he doesn't feel that left out anymore. Alright, let's go see the Queen, because we could use a bit of healing, and she has one last story for us. I'll miss her. And the way she blends into her chair that makes her look like a fat person in an enormous white dress sitting on a stool. Seriously, you can't unsee it.
I am grateful that you have returned.
You are gracious to see us, my lady. Do you have another tale for us?
Yes, I have one final tale. It is the story of the last elf, one who is dear to me. The Dark One was opposed by many, including the fairies and elves with our magics. Kulkum was only annoyed, and while I used my powers to hide my people from his damning gaze, the elves were not so fortunate. Every city and stronghold of the elves was destroyed. The few elves that survived were hunted to death by his followers. Only one survived, for he was my lover and stood by my side while his people were ravaged. For hundreds of years afterwards, he contained his grief and misery, but his heart and his love for me was overcome with vengeance. He left to destroy the Dark One. He journeyed far, and I aided as well as I could. But he has been captured by the Ice Queen, a minion of the shadows. The keeper of my heart is but a living statue in her realm, trapped in ice, and I can do nothing. As you seek to destroy Kulkum, seek my love and free him. He is a mighty warrior and knowledgeable in the ways of the Dark One. Even if he chooses not to return to my side, I will be eternally grateful.
We shall try to find him, Lady Iaini.
Then take this. It is my pendant, and I have placed what magic I could within it. Now please go. I have used too much of my strength in this.
Oh well. That's quite an interesting story. And she drops a green pendant. I don't really need this horseshoe pendant anymore, so I'll give that to Scuzz, and, well, that useless remaining frog pendant Karzak can wear. Time to put my armor on again, because you don't want to have this stuff on you when you leave the Faerie Realm. It doesn't really protect you against other types of attacks. I'll give it to Scuzz, because, funny thing here, the fairy clothes provide just a little bit more protection than the leather armor. And since Scuzz can't wear anything better than that, I'm gonna make him look ridiculous. Technically, the jester cap doesn't provide as much protection as the dwarven helmet with the horns, but it wouldn't really complete the outfit. This doesn't work anymore, but since I'm about to leave the level anyway, I might as well use Yovsogov's orb to recharge my mana. We're almost done. We have one last performance of the fairy players to sit through. And it's one that's really easy to miss because it costs a rock. And at this point in the game, all your rocks are either going to be in your throwing bag or your stone shooter. So it's kind of mean that they put that in without any clues for it. You have to physically take either your bag or your stone shooter in hand, shoot out a rock, and put it separately into your inventory. Otherwise, you're just gonna miss it.
Quiet, please. The play is about to begin. But first, a message from our patron. That's you, Bunky.
Now, this last song pertains to the next level we're going to, so pay close attention.
Thank you, thank you. And now, right here on our stage, it's Giggle with the story of War of the Ice Realm.
Thank you very much, buddy. Good to see ya. Okay, say, finish this line. Ready? Cool. The only good Sharga is a dead Sharga. Wrong, babies. Close, but wrong. We had a line. Here's why. You want some cheese?
Cool as a frost on an icy witch. Cruel as the mind of an evil
Snitch?
cool as the tufts on the polar bear's nose. Cool as a chill when the cold wind blows. That's cool. Cool doggy, that's cool and cold. That's cool. Cool as the minions by her side. Cool as the tanning of a baby seal hide. Cool as a swim in the icy flows. And the ice queen's as cool as everyone knows. That's cool. She's a bronze, she's bad, she's a nasty lady. I don't like her.
That's pretty cool.
Cool under fire is what they have to be. Cool to the stop is important, you see. Cool is the way they like their land. So the ice sharks are a fighting band. And that's cool. That is so cool. That is not alright. That is cool. Oh man, that baby. That is trained. Cool electric.
Because of the pitiful things he does. I'm freaking.
Oh dear. Will you just look at that sundial? It doesn't mean a thing. So, it must be time to go. See ya!
Yeah, that's a little story about the place where we're headed next. Now, of course, before I came here, I dropped a translocation circle in the front of the door to the next level. So let's save ourselves a big trip and just teleport straight over there. Here we are back in the second level of the feeding grounds, heading into the next level. The Ice Caverns. I'm just gonna put on a warm sweater and meet you there.
See ya. Will you?